So I've got those run where I want them, but I got to connect these sides. So these have to go back up into the holes on the side. Okay, so got them covered because it's raining, but this is the spring. The spring's going back up into the hole. All right, and then we're going to attach them to the sides again with our bolts. All right, so I have attached the side springs, other springs again back up into the side, bolted those down, and let's make sure I don't have an error here. Okay, so this is going through here. All right, so you got your pulley system here, you got the bottom running through it, top's gonna be here. All right, and gotta just adjust that. And then we'll attach this right here. Ooh, that gave me some light. All right, so I'm getting ready to attach these back. You can see that there's actually a canal for the lower cable, which pulls on the back, or this side, I should say, towards the back. And then there is the top one, which runs through there as well. Those cables run down the middle here and then to this pulley. All right, so I'm gonna attach these back, and then we'll start addressing the front of the camper, okay? So, it's still weird to me, but as I'm putting these back in here, these are 10 millimeter, I got a 10 millimeter ratchet for that, so it's just strange to me. Anyway, so that's 10 millimeter. All right, so I got those squared away. These two bolts here again, these 10 millimeter. And then now I'm gonna put this piece, this connecting piece back in. Oh, there was my bolt. That, for some reason, is also 10 millimeter. I don't know why, but that's the bit I use for it. So, yeah. And this piece here, I'll show you. This piece here is gonna go, so this piece here is going to go right here and then screw in on the side. So it latches over what looks like a partial screw, and then attaches here, okay? Just to kind of hook that. I'm sure there's a fancy name for it, but I'm not worried about the fancy names at this point. All right, so I just didn't have the right angle tool, so I'm just gonna do this one by hand, just using a ratchet, and I'm just gonna turn it in, hold that other piece in place. Let's see if I can get that all the way up in there. So that piece isn't on there, so I gotta undo it a little bit, get Put that piece back on there to get it correct. Alright, get that piece here now. Put these things in level. Quite sure why it's not staying down level at this point. This is where it's supposed to be, and that's see if I can work this out. So it's popping off, and I don't know why it's popping off. Why is that popping off? But we need that to stay flush. So at least I'm thinking it was flush back in the day. So pop this baby out. Then we're gonna see why it's not flush. See what we can do to make it flush. All right. Because it was bent. So we could take it that way. It's still gonna pop it out. Because this isn't flush. So we'll get me a washer. We'll get me a washer up on here. See if we can fix that. So we'll see if I can put a washer up on here to level that out a little bit. Because as I tighten it, it gets rid of that piece, although that might work that way. Let's see here what we got. That looks better. So we'll put this screw in here. Battery's getting low, but you can see it's getting light. Just gonna put that piece back on and we'll tack the front. So you can see the rain's kicked in. My cardboard laying, comfortable piece of cardboard on the ground. Again, I got the back done, so squared away. Everything's kind of back together. And yeah, so now I'm going to attack the front, raise the front just a little bit so I can get under it, and then we're gonna hit this cable here and try and run this cable the way I think it's supposed to go. So I'll let you know more about that and the pulleys inside. All right. So you can see we got the cable coming out here, out the front canal, right? It's gonna stay between these two springs. I'm gonna wrap it around here, and then there's, like I said, there's a double pulley system in here, and I think what I'm gonna do is take this one off first, take this one out, and then put it back on once I get the cable up through there. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do now. All right, so I just took out that first pulley that you come to. I believe it's gonna run underneath that pulley and then up over the other one, which would seem to make more sense than kind of the way that it just runs through the floor and scrapes the floor. So that cable's gonna come around here. Okay, it's gonna come around here and then up through here. You can see the other roller in there for this pulley, and that would seem that it would come up over the top of that. I don't understand why it would go under that and then through the floor and then an angle scraping the floor. So I'm gonna see how this works, and I used a 10 millimeter to get that pulley off, a 10 millimeter ratchet, and then a pair of just pliers to hold the other side, because the other side is it's not a bolt, it's just a pin almost. So it's like a hex bolt, maybe like a you know, what are they called? I can't even think of the tool right now, I'm so tired. You know, anyway, you know what I'm talking about. So let's see what we do. So you can see I'm just running this through. Okay, I've run it up there. Probably actually go up there and pull it quicker than what I'm doing, so I might actually do that. See how that turns out here in a second. But right now everything seems to be moving pretty good. And again, I'm on top of that pulley up in here, not going underneath it. So I think that's how the other one was. That's why it was rubbing. Again, I got a long cable here so that I would have room for error. Down to the nitty-gritty. Oh. Alright, so I'll show you what this looks like here. So we just ran that. This is the cable. Comes all the way down through this pulley right here. Okay, so you can see it's up in there. It's on that. All right, and then we've got it running through here to the other side. So I'm gonna step through and show you what that looks like on the other side. So before I go to the other side, I do want to show you so you can see it's on top of that pulley. All right, zoom up in there. You get on top of that, okay? Again, I'm trialing and error real quick, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop this down, okay? So that that other pulley that's in here is on top of this one. That way it's in between there as it's running through. I think they had it running on top of the other one, on top of this one, and then under that one, but that just seems odd to me because then it runs through the floor. So I'm gonna go look real quick before I put that other pulley in here to see about what we're doing. Okay, so the good thing is right now I'm dry. Wonder if I can get some light on this situation. Lighten it up maybe. All right, so we're in here now, and you can see this is where the cable comes up through. Okay. Let me get this out of the way here. So you can see this pulley here, right? And you can see where the floor has just been destroyed because of the way that thing was running. I really believe that they had this one, the cable was underneath this pulley. Okay, now there's that other pulley in there. So there's a pulley that's going to be separating it, and then now it'll be running off of this pulley into the crank, right? And then be able to be cranked without destroying this floor. I mean, I get, you know, maybe that's somewhat normal. I don't really know. I haven't done enough of these, but it just seems so odd that you would just have this thing coming through and scraping the floor. I don't know. So, you know, and if that's the case, I might cut a little bit of that floor out of there. For me, you can see where it's rubbed, right? I mean, that's a definite spot that it's rubbed and made over time, and that's probably why this cable's worn out. I don't think it's meant to drag across board. So I'm going to go back underneath. I'm going to put that other pulley back in, and then we're going to analyze where we're at. All right. Now to put this other pulley back in this system right here. Okay, so it'll give me a little bit of slack to work with, so it's not really taut on me, and try and get up in here and do this. All right, so as you can see, got the old pulley back in. Use 10 millimeter on this as well, just tighten that down, and you can see I got the cable running underneath that, and again it comes up on the other side on top of the other pulley there. It goes around this one here, okay, and again this is going to pull on this spring system here. It's going to pull on this system here that will again raise the front. All right, so now I've got to go inside and figure out how to attach it to the crank, and then attach the crank. All right, so I've got some slack. It's taut underneath, but you can see I've got, again, running through the two pulleys there, coming up between there, and I'm going to give myself a little bit of slack, just because I don't know what to expect. So, but this piece here, you can see it's gonna run in through the crank. It's actually going to be coming in this way, and then this piece here runs through. It pops out the side, and then there's this bolt that's going to go back in. It's actually going to come in like this from the inside, and it's got a notch. It's got a little square notch that it fits in, and then I'll tighten the nut down on the outside. So, and then I'm going to try and reattach it, and we'll see where we're at that point. Getting there. You can hear the rain though. The rain's killing me. All right. So I got this attached to the crank. Little bolt on the side, crimps down on it. Got that guy tightened pretty good, looped over, okay, and yeah, so So that is that. So what else I got? So anyway, just now we are putting the bolts back through here. I'm going to go underneath, tighten them, and I'm going to take out some of this slack here and see how we do once everything's tightened back up, and making sure that everything's secure. So it's kind of where we're at, and yeah, I don't think anything's rubbing now. You can see here, got a good clean roll on the pulleys, and hoping that this thing, I don't know if that was supposed to go through the bottom or not. I guess it could have, don't really know, but I'm pretty comfortable with it here. And as we're cranking that, so we'll play with that here in a second. But so with that said, I'm gonna tighten this thing up, and then we'll come back up here and tighten this up here. All right, so just reattach those. All right, so I got that thing all taut in there, and we're gonna remove the rain tarps, and we're gonna give it a go. We're gonna see how we do. All right, so we are up, which we weren't earlier, and you can see the pulley system's a little different. I don't know if I can get the light on in here for this, but I'll try and lighten it up. So it comes up between those two pulleys and into here, and we'll ratchet. Seems right now like it's gonna be okay. I mean, I guess this could have been going underneath that. I don't know if over time that's going to have an issue, but I think it would have rubbed on the top or the bottom either way. Great question here. So that might be something I have to revisit, but it does seem like the pulley system and everything's doing what it should be doing. That's good. So we got it up there and top's on. No issues. Went up pretty smooth. I mean, it's still heavy as I'll get out, but top is up all the way around, and we're ready for summer, man. Especially since we're going this weekend. So again, that's the Goshen lift system, and this is a Dutchmen 1202 1995. So hope that helps somebody out. I know that appreciate those that have done videos for me. So if it helped you, great. Leave me a like. If you did, great. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. See ya.